Ground to the left side. Wagner waits for it to come down on a big hop. He'll throw to first in time for out number 3. Thurber, that pitch is by him, but underneath the legs of Weinrich, and on to second base goes Marty Carrena. The Diamonds will be looking for a double play to end this inning. The thing 1-0 Sonoma. As McDonald comes to the plate, and that pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. The first pitch to Calderon from Thurber, and he hits this ball to left center field, and back goes the center fielder Hibernian. He can't get it. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Calderon around first, on his way to second, and he will hold there with a double. Wagner makes the catch as he falls back. Oh my! Make the throw in time as
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runner's going to get a jump,
making them aware that they know that they're there and they're not allowed.
Strike swung on and missed. Throw out is plenty of time to get him.
Come in here. This pitch for Wagner is hit to left field and is deep, and back goes Clark, and he's over to the wall, and it's gone.
Floater into short right field, and coming in to make the catch.
Go this ball, ground to the right side to Letty, stabs it, throws to second for 1, waits for a second to first. Did they make it? Yes, double play. Be a pickoff play to throw to first, now on to second, and Pugh is out. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 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 Pitch to Marty Green is hit high and deep, back to left field. Back comes Metzger. He's at the wall. It's gone.
Gone. There it is. Yeah. All right.
Get the pitch that pops up, gets away. And J.J. Wagner going to scurry down to second base.
The high pop-up of a bunt, picked off by Brankins, delays his throw to second, and he could have had him maybe. Strikeout, and Clark gets tagged out. This pitch is ripped to the right side, and right at ball down, just throws the first, double play. And Valdez says he's got it right in front of second base, but Garcia will take it up back to our shortstop, and he makes the catch. Lead to third, here's the pitcher. Valdez hits this one down the left field line. It's going to be trouble if it stays fair, and it's fair. In comes Bautista to score. On his way to third is McKeon, just picking up the ball now in left field. Metzger, and on with a double to the right side. Letty says he's got it. Valdez says he's got it, and he does. 1 out. The pitch from Hutchison hits this one to deep left field. Back to left fielder Clark. He's at the fence. He walks it. He left. He can't get it. It's gone. Left center field, and it's going to get down. Yes, Metzger. It hits out of his body. I got it on his way to second. They're going to throw it to second, and he slides safely. Hold on. He hits this one on the left side. That's deep. Back goes Wallace. Chasing, give me a chase, give me a chase. He makes the catch in left center field. And the lead. This hit the center field. Wallace is coming in, and he has it. And he'll just keep running on into the dugout because that's out number 3. Got to run on first base. 3-2 pitch. He hits it right back up the middle, and it's going to be picked up. No, it's going to go right by Yasuda into center field, and Bautista goes on to third. And looked like Yasuda running over because Bautista.
Walk out of the air. The hopper.
It's something, one of those times when you just can't use the past as a way to predict the future, because the Diamonds seem to have a new attitude, and that's what Aaron Miles was saying in the pregame show today. They don't seem to be waiting around for someone to make it happen. They feel like they can make it happen, and it's a lot to say about 1 week of baseball, but it has been a big week of baseball for the Diamonds, and they've been hitting the ball out of the park like crazy, and they had that incredible game last night. They're 4-1 for this week, and if they can win today, it'll be their first 5-win week of the season, and that's a big deal, as there are only 3+ weeks left in the Pacific Association year. Travis Blackley on the mound against Mark Lindsay, then Jake Taylor and Kyle Yolande here in the top of the 4th. The pitch is outside for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, brand new life for the Diamonds, brand new life for Travis Blackley. If you had that tough first inning, put up a couple of zeros, Diamonds offense has come back.
Yeah, they made a game out of it, and that's as it should be. Here's the pitch is a strike, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Mark Lindsay, who struck out looking back in the first inning. The Pacifics started it off in a big way by getting 2 singles and then a Wes Wallace home run. Welcome home, Wes. Hits it over the left field fence. This pitch is ground ball left side to Valera at shortstop. He picks it up and throws across the diamond, and it kind of eats up Canella. Did he hold on? No. He is off the bag, they say, and Canella is not agreeing with the call, but he was stretching to get the throw from Valera and pulled his foot off the bag, is what the umpire says. And Travis Blackley is, I don't know, I think making a claim in his behalf. And now Aaron Miles is out. He's going to, we just saw a look at it. I don't know if we can get another look on the replay to see if Canella is on the bag or not, because it looked like we had a good shot. Here's the replay.
It looks like Valera's got time. He goes into the hole to backhand this play. It looks like he gets there in plenty of time to make it, and his throw is just wide right. And that's going to pull Canella off the bag. Probably end up being a throwing error, so I would think the runner, Lindsay, is going to reach on an E6.
So now the umpires are having a discussion. Now we've seen umpires turn. Now they say safe at first base. So, and I think that's the right call because that replay, it was pretty clear. So Mark Lindsay will be on at first. Jake Taylor will come to the plate. He's not the beer batter. He's the mystery batter. What's he doing in the 8th batting position? We don't know the answer to that. But now he's up with a runner at first. The Diamonds have climbed back into a ball game here. They immediately went down 3-0. Now it is 3-2 after they pick up 2 in the bottom of the 3rd. Blackley looks at first. Here's the pitch to Taylor, and he lifts it high and deep to center field. Back goes Smith, still going back to the warning track, and he makes the catch.
Taylor able to give that one a ride, looking for home run number 11. But that one dies a couple of steps ahead of the warning track as Smith's able to track it down for out number 1.
Mark Lindsay retreats to first base, and Jake would have gotten a little bit of help from the wind. It's blowing straight out to center field, but it's not very strong. So, well, it certainly wasn't enough help on that one. 1 out, 1 on. Kyle Yolande steps in here against Blackley. The pitch is swung and bounded to the left side. Then Blatnick steps in front of Valera, bobbles the ball, throws to first, not in time.
Boy, that's a tough one for Blatnick. He didn't bobble it that much. As we take a look at the replay here on BayAreaSports.tv, but just enough of a bobble, recovered very quickly, but not in time to get the runner going down to first base, and that's going to be the second error of the inning for Pittsburgh.
And this has just been bad defense on behalf of the Diamonds. In fact, last night the Diamonds had some bad defense at the start of that game. And, Steyerwalt was not pitching poorly; he just was pitching in poor luck. And right now, that would be Blackley's case with runners at first and second now, and 1 out. Don Andre Clark, representing the top of the order, steps in here, and he takes a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes.
And also yesterday for Steyerwalt, I mean, what was it? 3 infield, 4 infield base hits in the early going against him? It was just some tough luck for Tyler.
Blackley looks back at second base. To the plate. Swung on and popped up, and it's going to be foul behind the plate. Bracamonte comes back, but will not have a shot at it as it pounds on top of the tin roof on top of us. And what is the song? The Love Shack by the B-52s.
It's a little old place where...
You got it. And what did they say in the middle when they go, and everyone stops? They say, tin roof, rusted. Now you know what they say in the middle of Love Shack, and you can sing it your very own self. And we have a tin roof ourselves.
Oh, thank you for that, Scott.
Tin roof, rusted, okay.
I've got a tin ear.
1 ball and 1 strike. The pitch to Clark is outside for a ball. It's 2-1. That's a great song. You want to get the party going, you put that song on.
It's one of those songs that just reminds me, when I hear it, I immediately think 80s. It takes me right back to that.
I immediately think cocktails. And too many of them. 2-1. Ball 3-1 now to Clark, as Blackley's having a hard time finding the plate all of a sudden. You got Mark Lindsay on at second base after a throw draws the first baseman, Canella, off the bag. Taylor flies out to center, and then Yolande grounds to Morgan Blatnick at third, who drops the ball, picks it up, but then can't throw it in time. And now there's a walk to Don Andre Clark, and as soon as the Diamonds pull within 1 run, the Pacifics are loading the bases with all kinds of problems here in the 4th inning.
Pair of errors, and by rights this inning should be over, and instead the bases are loaded with 1 out.
Rando Moreno will come up here. He singled in the first, and he popped out to the first baseman back in the 3rd inning. He's up here with the bases loaded and 1 down. 3-2 in favor of San Rafael. We're in the top of the 4th inning. Look back at second for Blackley. Come to the plate, and the pitch is outside for a ball. It's 1-0.
A tough inning here for Travis, trying to pitch around not 1 but 2 errors. And right here you got Moreno, who does run pretty well. A tough guy to double up.
1-0 count, the 1-0 pitch. It swung on line drive right side, and it's going to fall in for a base hit. Coming in to score is Lindsay, and right behind him is Yolande, and 2-run score for San Rafael on that kind of slicing line drive single that off the bat of Rando Moreno. And so 2 RBIs for Moreno, 2 more runs for San Rafael, and it's back to 5-2 after the Diamonds had pulled within 1.
The Diamonds really shame there that they had cut the lead to 1 run, and already the 2 runs the Pacifics have gotten right back here, and now Wes Wallace steps in as the Pacifics have them cornered. So they've already got the crooked number up there, and they could make this a very ugly inning in a hurry. With the power guy Wes Wallace up, of course, that 3-run home run, his 12th of the year.
5-2 in favor of the Pacifics. There goes the runner to second. There goes the throw. Now the runner's coming from third, and Garcia tries to tag him. He doesn't get him. Don Andre Clark comes in to score, and we have seen a lot of that with runners at the corners. Moreno heads to second, and the throw went down from Bracamonte to Garcia, who had to leap to make the catch, tried to tag him between his legs, could not make the tag, and in safely at second base is Moreno. Meanwhile, Clark is going as the ball is thrown to second base, and he easily comes in to score. And so another run comes in, and the Diamonds did nothing on that play at all to help themselves, and just helped San Rafael to give up a base, and they also give up a run.
Yeah, that was one of the situations, too, where Moreno got such a good jump. You could see right away that they weren't going to throw him out. The throw goes down to second base, and the runner, Don Andre, comes on home, and there's no return throw coming back to the plate. They didn't have a chance to get anybody on that play.
Right. Just throwing the ball around the diamond while the Pacifics run. 1 ball, 1 strike to Wes Wallace here with a runner at second, 1 out. We're in the top of the 4th inning. 3 runs have scored for San Rafael. Blackley looks back at second. Comes to the plate. The pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 2, and it's 1-2 to Wes Wallace. Blackley was a questionable starter up until about 15 minutes before game time. He was suffering some stiffness and didn't know if he would be able to pitch today. And after throwing the ball around and getting warmed up and stuff, he said he would be all right. But he has now given up 6 runs, easily his worst performance of the season. And you wonder what kind of stiffness he may have had or still has, or what's going on. This pitch is swung on and missed by Wes Wallace, and he is tagged out by Bracamonte. Then he throws down there after tagging him. So that will be a double out for Wallace, and the inning's over. No. Nope, it's only 1 out for Wallace. 1 strikeout. He has 2 strikeouts here and a home run. And Brent Gillespie will step up with a runner at second base and Rando Moreno.
It was just a tough inning to get around with a couple of strikeouts. Jake Taylor, the guy who really hit the ball hard, and he just flew out to center field, but 2 errors in 1 inning, chances are you're not going to pitch around that without having some damage done.
First pitch to Gillespie is a strike. It's 0-1, and that brings Bracamonte out to discuss something with Blackley, which
lead me to think that he was crossed up possibly a little bit. That good-looking breaking ball that Brock didn't seem to have any trouble with, but he got out of his crouch so quickly to run out there It almost makes me think that
Well, Blackley is Australian, and in the Southern Hemisphere, the signs are the other direction. So I think there's a problem with that.
I was thinking a cross-up, but that's the only thing. I didn't think about the whole hemisphere thing.
Yeah.
So that's a good point.
Good day, matey. This is fouled away. The count is 0-2. But I know parts of Venezuela must be in the Southern Hemisphere. Got to be.
Wow. I'm trying to picture where the equator goes, and
It's right across the top
idea.
of Latin America, right the top of South America, is Ecuador and all that, as I believe. Swung on and missed by Gillespie, and that will do it here for the San Rafael Pacifics in the fourth inning. But they do their damage. 2 diamond errors, 1 base hit for San Rafael. And as we go to the bottom of the fourth, the score is now the Pacific 6 and the Diamonds 2. It is Puerto Rican Heritage Day here at Splendor Chevrolet Stadium, and they're having a raffle of some tickets to support families in Puerto Rico. And the tough times they're having in Puerto Rico since the hurricanes last year, and that poor island has been wiped out, and the rebuilding process has been slow, etc. Man, pitch is swung on and fouled away, and it's going to be out of play. No balls and 1 strike to Caz Canela leading off here in the bottom of the fourth, followed by Zach Rapaz and Jose Garcia.
You talk about the hurricane relief being slow. Last reports I saw, a bunch of the islands still doesn't have electricity.
Yeah, it's and when you do have electricity, it's a lot of the world is like this. You get electricity for an hour a day, and then it doesn't come back on. 1 ball, 1 strike to Canela. This pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. And we are happy to have them here. It is an exciting, full crowd here at the Diamonds game, and they are noisy and fun and having a good time. That pitch is popped up left side. Here comes the third baseman, Files, and over comes the catcher, but neither one's going to have a play, and we're going to have another chance for Canela to take a swing.
And all I can say is with this turnout and the way everybody's just in this good mood and really enjoying this game, how many more groups can we get out here? We should have one every day.
Well, we should, and of course, it's easy to arrange, and I have my family and friends out here, and we've got a lovely area where people can gather and have their be together and watch the game.
Right.
And this pitch hits Canela in the head on the helmet, and he will walk down to first base, and Eric Thompson immediately ran out from behind home plate to stand between Canela and the pitcher, but I can't imagine any reason he'd be throwing at Canela.
A couple of nights ago, we almost had ourselves a beanball war as we look at this, but I'm sure that's just unintentional. Angel Ventura has been having some problems here of late with his control, and he just missed with that one.
Although it is not hard to understand that when you get hit in the head by a fastball, you might be a little bit miffed, even if it wasn't intentional. I wish
Where
you
am I?
I wish you wouldn't do that.
Ouch.
Zach Rapaz steps up here. The first pitch to him from Ventura is outside for a ball. It's 1-0. The Diamonds, with a runner at first and nobody out here, bottom of the fourth, they crawled back from a 3-0 deficit to make it 3-2, only to promptly have the score increased to 6-2 where they are now. This pitch is a ball. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
So anyway, I'm looking out there at Angel Ventura. I turn to our public address announcer, Paula, give her a few clues. I'm trying to think of who this guy reminds me of, and she got it.
Pitch is fouled off, and the count is now 2-1, and the answer is?
Portola Colon.
Portola Florón.
Colon. Portola Colon.
Okay.
Pitched for the A's for a little while. Of course, Portola, he's much older, much heavier, so Angel, a much younger, slimmer version, but she was right on it.
2-1 pitch is high for ball 3. It's 3 balls and 1 strike to Zach Rapaz with Caz Canela on at first after being hit by a pitch. Jose Garcia in the on-deck circle. Diamonds down by 4 here in the fourth. Ventura to the plate. Strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes now.
So the Pacific's able to take advantage of a couple of miscues by the Diamonds after this hit by pitch. Let's see if the Diamonds can take advantage of that here in this inning.
Full count, 3-2 pitch one, hit deep to left field, coming over is the left fielder, and Wallace, and he's not going to get it, it's gone. A home run for Zach Rapaz. 2 runs come in to score, and the Diamonds have cut the lead to 6-4.
Talk about take advantage. Take advantage, he did. Zach Rapaz turns on one, squares it up, and right over the in and out sign and the 329-foot sign there in left field, and the Diamonds back within 2. And for whatever it is, Scott, we started talking about it, and ever since then, the Diamonds have just found their home run screw.
They have, and then the fences don't seem anywhere near as far away as they were for the first part of that season. That is it for Mr. Ventura. We're going to have a replacement pitcher. You know, when that last half inning ended, when the Diamonds were getting off of the baseball field, there were words between Nick DeBar and Travis Blackley, and they weren't happy words. It wasn't, how's the family? It was unhappiness, and I'm not sure what was said, but it was something to keep an eye on, and they were visibly upset. Now, I don't know if that might have played into. I don't know if that might have played into Eric Thompson being concerned about Kaz Canella being hit by the pitch, following those tough words. Right now, if you want to talk about détente, perhaps you could look at the third base coaching box, and there's Aaron Miles talking to Kavanaugh, the manager for the Pacifics, and they seem to be having a perfectly fine conversation. There they are right now. And
I certainly didn't see anything that you think would.
I think it was something verbal was said that's got under someone's skin. I'm not sure what it was. You remember moments like that. I remember last year when the Diamonds pulled off in the ninth inning, pulled off the hidden ball trick against San Rafael. And the Pacifics were so upset they charged the field eventually. I mean, there was a building argument. I don't know what they were really arguing against. They were just caught red-handed or caught flat-footed or something. That was so funny to watch. But they, so angry they stormed the field, and then they had to go back. So the Diamonds have 2 runs in here with a home run from Zach Rapaz after Kaz Canella gets hit by a pitch. That brings in a brand new pitcher for the Pacifics, and that is Quinn Pippin. Quinn Pippin steps in here on his 18th appearance on the year. He has pitched 34 innings before this. He has 21 walks, 23 strikeouts, 1 win, no losses, and a 7.15 earned run average. He'll step up here and face Jose Garcia, the first batter. Garcia doubled to kind of break the spell on Ventura back in the 3rd inning and came around to score. This pitch is outside for a ball, and it's 1-0. That was a strike? Well, that's an 0-1 count. But anyway, Garcia did score. I didn't lie about that part. 0-1 pitch, a swung bound to the left side. Viles makes a nice pickup at third base and throws to first to get him out, and that's out number 1.
No, Zach fields that very smoothly. I was thinking, boy, that's probably going to be that short hop when you go for the backhand that comes up a little too far and hits you on the heel of the glove. But Viles handled that one like he's been doing it for a million years and makes it look pretty routine.
Well, we are here on a Sunday afternoon in Winter Chevrolet Stadium. Thank you for joining us on Mixler.com or on this pitch is swung on a miss, a strike to Brett Smith at 7-1, or on the BayAreaSports.tv. Of course, carried on the Pittsburgh Diamonds YouTube channel. And we hope everyone's getting used to that. Of course, you can also go to the webpage, buy tickets to the game, and read our brilliant blog, and click your way to the video and the audio. Here's a pitch, bloop to the right side, coming out of the first baseman and the second baseman, falls in front of, in between 3 people, and short right field, and that will put Brett Smith on at first base.
Boy, talk about just find it find some open space as we see Brett just hit a pop-up here. And this right in between a trio of Pacifics. They had the triangle going, and if they had kept going, that would have been a three-man collision out there.
That was the Bermuda Triangle of the outfield with Yolande, Gillespie, and Dempster all converging on each other. You can see how close it could come to something bad happening, but they avoided any kind of collision. Morgan Blatnick, runner at first. One down, 2 runs in. It is 6-4. The pitch is inside. A nice save by Lindsay to keep that ball from going to the backstop. 1 ball and no strikes.
That was very close to the legs of Blatnick. He didn't move the feet a whole lot. He kind of bent at the waist to get out of the way. And really, the Pacifics are very fortunate that wasn't another hit by pitch.
1-0 count. Throw to first, and Smith is back in. Go ahead.
Well, one thing the Diamonds have not been short of this year, even though they'd like to have more wins on the season than they do, but well, the games sure have been exciting.
Pitch is inside and low, and that makes the count go to 2 balls and no strikes here on Blatnick. Brett Smith on at first. There's 1 down.
In my several years with the club, Scott, the one thing they've always been able to do, at least even if they haven't come back and won some of the games, they get down, they're always able to, or at least it seems they're always able to come back with some runs and make things interesting.
Well, they've come back twice today, and they are trying to come back some more to get back even, to get even here. It is 6-4 in favor of San Rafael. That pitch is low for a ball. That's 3 balls and no strikes to Morgan Blatnick. Brett Smith is on at first, and in the on-deck circle is Gabriel Bracamonte. Quinn Pippin on the mound. Here's the pitch. A strike, and it's 3-1.
Hitter's count here for Blatnick. He's going to get that fastball. The thing about Morgan, not huge power numbers, but he has displayed power at times. He certainly can turn on one.
3-1 throw to first base, and Brett Smith back in.
With the hit by pitch to Canella and then the 2-run blast by Rapaz, that's all for Ventura. Let's see what the Diamonds can do now.
This pitch is a strike, and it's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Blatnick, with Smith on at first, who may or may not be going here.
Good time to run here. You got a guy who handles the bat well, doesn't strike out much. And a guy who can run out there in Smith.
3-2 count. The 3-2 pitch is bound to the right side. Stopped at first baseman Gillespie. Throws to second for 1. Back to first in time for the double play. Nice play by Gillespie to get that started. And that's a double play for Blatnick. The Diamonds, though, get 2 runs here in the 4th inning. When Canelo is hit by a pitch, and Zach Rapaz follows that with a home run. We're going to the 5th inning with the score, San Rafael 6 and Pittsburgh 4. Here we go to the top of the 5th inning. The Diamonds come right back with 2 runs after falling behind 6-2, and now it is 6-4 in favor of San Rafael. 6 runs, 7 hits for the Pacifics, 4 runs, 5 hits, and 2 errors for the Diamonds. Corey Dempster, Zach Files, and Mark Lindsay scheduled to hit here in inning number 5 for San Rafael, the once and current, and who knows about the future leaders of the Pacific Association.
Yeah, coming in at the top, tall, tied with Sonoma, 38 wins apiece. And everybody else, well, fairly good ways out of first place. Vallejo in 3rd, but Admirals coming in at the start of today's play, 8 games off the pace.
Yeah, you've got to, but with only 28 games left, this pitch is swung, popped up foul. After today, there will be 22 games left. And if you're 8 games back and the other team plays 500 ball in 22 games, that's 11-11. You have to do 19-2. You have to be 19-2 to catch him.
Scotty with the map. And folks, he's got no calculator right now. It's all off the top of his head.
Pitch a low rolling grounder to Morgan Blacknick. He scoops it up and he throws him out. So much for Corey Dempster.
1 pitch, 1 out. Nice way to start the inning for Travis. How can he move through here and get that shutdown inning? Right now the Diamonds with some momentum, and they talk about shutdown innings. And you don't hear about momentum nearly as much in baseball as the other sports, but that's usually when they talk about it. So Diamonds would love to get back in the dugout here after the Rockland puts up a 0.
Zach Files grounds ball to the right side, and it is foul for a strike. It's 0-1. Diamonds here today, and now they're going to have a 6-game road trip. They're going to be on the road for their longest road trip of the year, and it's going to be one of their last road trips. They play the Pacifics twice and then go to Martinez twice, and then against the Vallejo Admirals for the final 2 games they'll play against Vallejo next weekend. This pitch is low for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Diamonds have lots of games against the Clippers and the Silverados left, but the Clippers and the Silverados have improved.
They have.
Blackley on the mound here. 1 out. This pitch is high for a ball. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike. This is inning number 5 for Blackley. He started today. Not sure he was going to start today. And there was a big doubt about whether he or Solano would get the start because he came up with stiffness in his body. This pitch is a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And then he decided in the last minute he was okay. He was going to go ahead and pitch, and he has pitched. He's given up 6 runs, 7 hits.
Well, the second 3, though, trying to pitch around those 2 errors in the first 3 hitters, that was really tough.
2-2 count. The pitch is very high for ball 3. It's 3-2 now to Zach Files with 1 out. Files singled in the first inning and then struck out in the 3rd inning. Count is full. 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. So now there's a runner at first. Mark Lindsay will come to the plate. Lindsay was the first recipient of an error back in the 4th inning when Valera had a problem throwing the ball wide of first and drawing Canella off the bag when he tried to save it. Now Blackley with a runner at first. We have not, I don't know if we've even seen him throw over to first base today. I know he's had at least a base runner or 2, but it is fascinating to watch people go in the wrong direction when he does throw to first base. This pitch is swung and fouled at the plate, and it's 0-1.
So Travis, having seen Travis throw out a runner, pick off a runner at first base earlier in the year, and just the fact that he was here for some time last year, the word gets around. It gets around quickly, and sometimes you get those situations, Scott, where people just go, just stop trying to do it against him because he's just too good at that.
0-1 count. The 0-1 pitch bounded towards the hole to the left side of the field, but Blattnick cuts it off. Throws the second for 1 on the first double play. Blattnick to Garcia to Canella, and the Diamonds turn their own double play here in the top of the 5th inning to shut down San Rafael. We're going to the bottom of the 5th with the score: the Pacific 6 and the Diamonds 4. Happy Tuesday night to you from Pittsburgh, California, where tonight we have what some people would call maybe a preview of the Pacific Association Championship game. The Sonoma Stompers in first place and the hottest team in the land, the Pittsburgh Diamonds, tonight in Pittsburgh for the first of 2 here this Tuesday and Wednesday. We are here for Runs Hits Aaron, the pregame show for the Pittsburgh Diamonds, and with us is Diamonds manager Aaron Miles. And Aaron, last week, I read somewhere, I think it was my tweet, said it was the most exciting week of Pittsburgh Diamonds baseball in history. It was unbelievable. 4 comeback victories, 2 walk-off wins. What can you say about it?
Well, the guys are playing well, and obviously the bullpen's doing its job, giving us a chance to make those comebacks. And they're close games. They're tough games with Napa, but we seem to have that niche for coming through right now, and we got a lot of guys swinging really good bats right now. And it's that time where you've seen all the pitchers. Everybody has seen everybody, so you know what to expect. And I think for us, our bullpen's doing a heck of a job right now. Regardless of the fact that these guys have seen them all year long, and you could see Napa's bullpen's a little bit struggling, and we took advantage and came out on top in exciting games. And Joel Carranza swinging a hot bat, Lashley, Quitzer, and these guys are doing a heck of a job.
Carranza not only knocked in with a walk-off single on Thursday night, on Saturday in the Diamonds' last at bat, which happened to be the bottom of the 8th, so it wasn't a walk-off situation, he knocks in the winning run. And then again on Sunday, he comes through with big hits. And Morgan Blatnick scores the winning run on that one from third base. It's just something you don't get to see that often, and to all have it all crammed in here at the end of the year. It's almost like someone wrote a script.
Well, exactly, and I knew we were capable of playing like this. Obviously the close wins and the comebacks, certain things have to fall. But, I knew we were capable of playing to this level. These guys swinging the bats like this and the pitching staff pitching the way they are. And it's a thing about a guy who's getting hot at the right time. And obviously Lashley getting his at-bats underneath him. And, Quitzer showed up hot. And, I think Carranza's playing as good as he's ever played right now. And so we got a lot of guys that are doing what we thought they could, and it's finally happening. And we just have to keep it going because these 10 days, you don't want to get cold. Yeah. And then all of a sudden go into those, big-time games at the end with not that confidence that you have now. The confidence that we have right now is what we need to keep.
The Diamonds have crept up to the 500 level, 1 game below, and every time they've done that, about 3 or 4 times previous, they fell back below 5, and they lost and would fall back. This time you crept up there, and this time you made 500 on Sunday with a victory. What does that mean? Does it mean anything?
Well, from where we, if you start at the beginning of the season and we said we'd have 10 games to go and we'd just be a 500 ball club, I'd have said, well, that's kind of disappointing.
Right.
But from where we came from to be there now, it's not disappointing. It's a testament to me making some good moves and sticking with some guys and these guys getting better throughout the year. And that being said, it seems like we've played everybody when they were at their best. We're about to play Martinez for 6 games. They're playing the best games that they've ever had. We played Sanderfeld a lot in the beginning when they were at their best. We played Vallejo when they were at their best. And so, we're where we are right now, where we want to be. And to be 500 and say we're finally 500 feels good right now. And hopefully we can, win on out these next 10 games and finish above 500. And that'll feel great as a manager and as a ball club.
Sonoma has played at a torrid pace recently, and winning 8 out of 10 games in a regular fashion. And they caught up with Sanderfeld, which seemed uncatchable at one point in the season, and passed them, and now seems to have at least a beat on first place. They don't have it clinched or anything, but is this a preview tonight of the Pacific Association Championship, the 2 hottest teams in the league?
Well, you could say that. I think it's definitely the 2 hottest teams in the league right now. Obviously, the playoffs, the format is something nobody really likes. It's 2 games. So if we had a traditional, 7-game series or a 3-game series, I would bank on it that these would be the 2 teams playing in the end. But anything can happen in 1 game, and that's what we're forced to do in this league. And so we can talk about all those things about how these are the 2 best teams, and it's a preview of that. But we all know it comes down to 1 game, and who's going to get in that championship game is who's going to play 1 good game, and that's it. So that's the story of this league. I wish it was different, but that's the way it is. But I will take the fact that these are the 2 best teams in the league right now, the 2 hottest teams. and obviously, I'd like to take these two from them.
So we've got 2 weeks to go. You've got 10 games. This week is a regular 6-game week. Next week, 4 games with the last game on Friday. And then the playoffs on Saturday, and then the championship game on Sunday. That gives you a chance, if things were to kind of stay as they are now, to manipulate your starting pitching rotation to get who you want in Saturday's game and who will have rested for Sunday's game. And when does that start? Or have you figured on who that would be, or what's the process?
We've already started looking at that, and it's going to be a process. You're going to see somebody that's going to start for us that you wouldn't think of. I don't even know. Cos Canella may start a game on the mound. So, we're definitely going to, try to manipulate this thing so we go into, the semifinal and the final game with our pitching rested and with who we want throwing. So, most likely, just a quick snippet. I mean, if we have to face San Rafael in that first game, which looks like it possibly could happen if they don't catch these guys, Blackley probably profiles best against them, seeing as though he's left-handed and they got a lot of potent left-handed bats. That being said, I don't know if that's what we'll do, but I think I would be leaning towards that. And if we had to play Sonoma, I wouldn't mind Blackley against them either. But that's something for us to decide. Solano's been good, and a complete staff day too. So we'll see what happens. But we've got a little bit to think about that, and obviously there's ball yet to be played, and we'll see if San Rafael can push these guys and maybe take over the first position.
And tonight is Corey McDonald on the mound, and anything you're looking for or special that we should be looking for?
Well, he had a little bit of a rough outing his last but he's been getting better all year long, and he's a strike thrower, and he needs his defense to play behind him. And so hopefully we can get that today, is play a solid game of defense behind him. As long as he keeps the ball down and keeps those ground balls coming, and we field him behind him, we'll be fine, and we'll have a chance to win the ball game.
Well, thank you, Coach. Good luck tonight. We will be back for the start of tonight's game between the Sonoma Stompers and the Pittsburgh Diamonds right after this. Good evening and welcome to Runs Hits Aaron, the pregame show for the Pittsburgh Diamonds. And today we have a very special edition of Runs Hits Aaron not because Aaron's not here. We like it when Aaron is here. But we have a special edition tonight because we have the Garcia brothers. Jose Garcia on the right here has been a long-time member of the Diamonds. Last year he was basically the Golden Glove shortstop for the league, named the number 1 at his position. And to his right, our left, Eli Garcia, who is playing with the Vallejo Admirals this year, and he played with them for a short span last year. In fact, we tried to do this last year, and all of a sudden Eli was gone. So now we're happy to have both of you here. And so tell me, this is kind of a silly question, but what's it like for you guys to be playing out against each other for the first time, I guess?
Well, to me, it's tough because he's my brother. I don't want to go to the play and hit a base hit or something, that man, he sucks, but I know he got to help his team, and I got to play for my team too.
I think it might even be weirder for a younger brother to be playing against an older brother. Is that true?
Oh, yeah, especially when the person right here was the one who told me about the game. It's hard to come out here and play against him, because you also want him to do good, and I know he wants me to do my best also. But the worst is pitching against him, and especially when you're in the opposite dugout, everybody's saying, "Oh, your brother didn't do this. Say something to him. What does it feel like?" And I'm like, "Listen, I'm worried about the game right now. Let him do his thing. He's my teammate, but it's tough."
So you said he taught you about the game. What was that like? How old are you? How did you get introduced to baseball?
Well, before Little League, he was already playing baseball, and I always wanted to follow his steps. So I joined Little League, and then came to the U.S. and he was pushing me every time. And we made it to high school. We played in high school together. He was teaching me how to play second base, shortstop. I made the varsity team because of him. He was teaching me everything. And then he was like, "Listen, you should pitch. And all you have to do is one thing, just push yourself off the mound." And every day he would tell me, push off the mound, push off the mound. Even now that I'm already grown, he'd tell me every day, just push off the mound. You'll throw harder. Yeah.
So Jose, tell me how we talked about this a little bit last year. You started in the Dominican playing baseball.
Yeah.
And so how did you start, and how did you bring Eli into it?
I started when I was like 6 years old. We were starting the same league, but he was playing at low level.
He was 4 years old at the time.
Yeah.
He was like 4 years old. And we just practice together every day, and I just want him to do everything that I do, you know. So he became a good guy, you know, a good person when he grew up. So now he's here, you know, good guy, and I'm happy that he playing against me.
You a good athlete and a good guy, or is he a good person?
Yeah, he's a good brother, you know. Our parents, they teach us the right way, and that's why we not like, you know, we not on the street, and you know, we all the time we go to church and all that, you know. So I'm here, and we thank our parents.
So Jose got married. What can you tell us about his wife?
Oh man, it was tough because I was already out here and I missed the wedding. I know he was very upset. I got to call him that same night, and I was upset too because I was thousands of miles away, you know. But like I told him before the wedding, I wish I was there. Like I wanted to be there so bad, but at the same time, you know, this is I make this a career. This is serious for me, so I wanted to be out here. I didn't have a team to play before that, so I wanted to make sure I made the team. And it was sad I wasn't at the wedding.
So last year, you're the Vallejo Admirals bring you on, and you come in. To my confusion as an announcer, saying, these guys are named Garcia. They're from Connecticut. I wonder if they both know each other. And had no idea you were brothers. And Eli hits you while you're you come up at bat against him, and he hits you.
Yeah, wow. I got the video, and every time when I watch, I be like, "Oh, come on!" Yeah, he's fine. You know, he's part of the game, and that's what will happen all the time. It's like the day before, yesterday, someone hit me on my knee. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's part of the game. It's not on purpose. It's just, you know.
But you didn't. I interpreted your look as you were really upset at him, not knowing that you were brothers still, but you said you were just in pain.
No, yeah, I feel pain because I couldn't read for like 2 seconds, but then I was like walking to the base. Then he would try to make like a joke with me and all that, and I'd be like, get out of here.
I think I also misinterpreted that. I thought that was anyway. This year, you come in 5 hitters into the game. They switch pitchers, and they bring in you.
Yeah.
And then Jose's up twice against you, and he gets 2 hits. How does that?
I mean, like he says, it's part of the game. Last year when I hit him, I learned that I was way too excited. I was ahead of the count, and I wanted to blow by him with fastballs. You know, as a pitcher, you want to do that. But I learned that you cannot strike him out. He's a good hitter, and I'd rather get a ground ball for him or a blooper or whatever, something that is not a good hit. But he got a couple hits off of me, and I'm more satisfied that it wasn't like good hit. You know, he was blooper and some ground balls, but you know.
That's good.
And he scored once. And that's what I said, listen, he only scored once, so next time I'm going to keep it, I'm going to hold him. That's what matters, you know.
Okay, last question. Maybe thinking about the other brother, what does he need to do to be a better baseball player?
My brother, stay focused and keep trying hard. And work hard in the off season. It's like last year he was like, you know, he wasn't doing like that good, but this year he just worked hard in the season, off season. So I saw him working hard, and that's why he's doing okay for his team.
He's Mr. Hustle. We see you hustle around. I said, who was that Mr. Hustle award? And then it was 33. You know, oh God, it's Jose's brother. I feel like you can't get away from it sometimes. So what does Jose need to do to be a better baseball player?
To be honest, he just got to keep doing what he's doing, play his own baseball. You know, it's a small baseball hitter, like, you know, bunt and all that. So that's all he got to do is stay focused also and like keep doing what he's doing.
All right, well, thank you guys. Have a wonderful day. Good night. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
That will be it for us tonight on Runs, Hits, Garcias. And we'll be back for the start of tonight's game right after this.